copy the URL, which I know there's like this proper URL, but I have no idea why whenever if I don't start the live stream while I'm on the YouTube video, I can see like anything. But now that I did start it, it's like a dead WebSocket connection, right? That only connects like when you're on the stream. Now that I got this, I can publish it, and we can start post all. No, not on everyone. I'm gonna put it on building in public, or even better, let's try software engineer. Post all. Okay. Now that we got that, let me see if I can open. I'm gonna open the chat. Let me open the chat. So I know that if somebody types, I know about it. Because the other thing that I would like to do is to understand when somebody actually enters into the stream, which I have no idea how to do. But I'm gonna configure this building in public. Now we're gonna get back into track. I'm having a current challenge. So I'm trying to configure. Let me see if I can I pop the, well, you got the analytics in here. Let me just pop the dashboard. I need to get a third screen, but I'm gonna do it not after this stream, so I'll need the additionals. Yeah, so I like all of the outputs. Can I clear the chat? Yeah, clear chat history. Okay. And here's OBS. And there should be this little window. Here's the problem, guys. It says failed to construct WebSocket. An insecure WebSocket connection may not be initiated from a page loaded over HTTPS. The problem in here is this thing. And I know why they do it like that. You got the multi-stream custom browser docs. Here's the thing. We got the widgets.naughty.gg, the multi-stream title updater. And we have a series of ways that I can think of that we can solve this issue. One is that if Naughty has this open source and I can get the code in place, I can run it in my machine, host that server on macOS. This is very important, and then use it to hit it in my OBS Studio. The other thing is I need to know what is the connect button doing, because here are my series of possibilities. That's one, and that would be the easiest one. The second one that I'm thinking about is I can try to reverse engineer. What does the connect button do? What are the payloads that it sends to the server? And if there's any sort of handshake that performs locally, and then what I can do is that I can jump the browser altogether and try to connect it myself directly. I can self-host the site and make the connection to StreamerBot directly. That's one option. Because I think that there's, let me see if I can find it. Multi-stream title updater. Naughty GitHub. Okay, I think. Okay, Naughty does have. Oh, okay. And it's built with JavaScript. Okay, but I don't know. Okay. Content. Script.js. Okay, so here's the. But what I want to know is there's the server code in here, because if there's no server code, so this is gonna be really interesting, because this is how I investigate the code bases now. I'm gonna create code. I'm gonna copy the URL, and I'm gonna come here. I know I need to get it to know more about CMUX, because what I still do not know is how to use the multiplexer, which for me is very important. They say there's no need for TMUX in here, but I have no idea. I still have no idea how to do that. So I'm gonna detach this session. I'm gonna clear my screen, and I'm gonna create gonna go to my programming folder, and I'm gonna now say git clone. I'm gonna clone the repository, and once I have it cloned, which, by the way, how was it? How do you measure the file size of a directory in macOS? DU, but let me see, because there was, I don't remember. Let me see, DU Rust function dust. That was it. Dust. I like this dust. 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 Dust there. Yeah, it just looks better. Dust. Dust is an online. It's an CLI command that supersets DU for getting the file size, and it's just much better. So here it's like 9.9 megabytes. It's just way much better, and it tells you exactly what happens. I use this tool to debug why my Mac OS. You go here, you see that it has like nothing. It has almost no free space, right? But it's because I got work trees from Cursor that they begin to pile up, and they probably like 60, 70 gigabytes of data. I had to purchase like an additional, well, the company that I work at purchased me an additional 1 terabyte SanDisk micro drive for the external fit. This one, the extreme fit, which is freaking expensive. It's really expensive because it's like $280. It has gotten a little bit better now, but no, it's still super expensive. But it's very tiny, and I read reviews that were good, bad ones, but in the end, it's pretty decent. I'm using it to host the Parallels Windows on here. It's not, of course, it's not as fast as the one on Mac OS, but it's much better having it on a separate disk. And I don't use Parallels to game. I use it more to play with Windows and probably watch videos in there, because I prefer Media Player Classic over anything in Mac OS. And yeah, so here what I'm trying to do is that I'm gonna come to the programming folder again, and I'm gonna cd naughty gg, and I'm gonna create pi update. I'm always updating pi. The first thing I do every day, then I say pi. I use Ponytail, which apparently helps me. I need to test this out. I need to make more tests on whether all of this saving mechanisms, do they actually work or do they not? I have no idea. But the thing that we want to do in here is we want to know whether this code has the backend service or not. And I'm having a lot of windows, and it's driving me crazy already. I want you to investigate this repository. There's the, how was it? The multi-stream title updater. Jesus Christ. I hate this. I'm using ALT tab. Live streaming, studio, YouTube. I have like too many windows. Too many windows. And I have no idea what I can close. Let me just close in here. I need to keep... Okay, we gotta watch this video from... No, port forwarding isn't gonna be a thing. Because another thing that I can do, that I'm thinking, is that I can create a reverse proxy that listen locally on that port and then forwards it to the... We can try doing that. We're just gonna generate that. We're gonna go for that approach. I'm gonna come here and warp, and I'm gonna create... Right. I'm gonna... oh, wait. Right. I didn't run... Oh, in Tmux. So, you like update? Yeah. Update. Oh, my CSH. Okay, mprog. I'm gonna go to my programming folder. I am going to remove nutty. I know. I'm just gonna remove it. And I'm going to create a new directory called OBS StreamerBot MacOS Parallels. And now I'm going to run Pi. This is GLM 5.2, and I'm going to tell it, I want you to create a reverse proxy using Bun or Node.js, in which it's going to accept a connection on port 8282, a WebSocket connection, and then you're going to forward it to an IP address, which is going to be injected via an environment variable. And the way that I would do this, or at least that I remember doing this in the past, is that I would use something called HTTP proxy. But this is like one fantastic way of vibe coding something. And what we're gonna do is that we're also gonna HTTP proxy middleware npm, something that I've done. Used it for a long time. It works really well. It has something in here that it's on a staging environment that allows us to skip some providers that block your connection. It's pretty well. What I do not know is if this one actually supports... Yeah, it supports WebSocket. It supports WebSockets. Yes. So you just gotta listen. That's like 4 lines of code. I think we're gonna make it faster. Oh, did it did? Oh, it did it. 0 depths. Oh, let us analyze the code. I want to see what happens because I'm very disconnected from Bun. I do know that they did a Rust rewrite, and there are like 2 camps right now that somebody's like losing their heads. Others are kind of like praising it for the change. I'm in the... Guys, do whatever you want. It's your software. As long as you keep delivering the fantastic job you've been doing, I'm all for it. And we're gonna come here to the Finder. No, we're gonna come Command O, and we're gonna look for our OBS StreamerBot Parallels folder. I'm gonna open it, and I think he actually created it in here. No, where did he? Oh, he did it. He did it. He did write it on... Wait, where did he write it? One file. But does this file exist? It does exist. Why I can't see it on the Finder? Oh, I was in the programming folder. Hey. I have an utility. You weren't gonna be surprised, but macOS does not support the WS proxy. Okay, we're gonna open it. Okay, and we're just gonna create an environment file. Guys, remember, you should not commit environment files on the repository. And we're gonna look for my Windows, which was 10 point, there you go, 3. It's gonna be the URL. It's gonna be here, sockets, and the port is Parallels Desktop. Let me come here. I'm gonna show Parallels. No. It does take a long time when I switch screens because I have like a secondary 1080p small monitor, and of course, when you have like scaling things and like a gazillion things going around, the IP address is okay. I'm gonna stop the server. Well, it's gonna be the only 8080 because I have a lot of applications that use 8080 like React Native, and we don't want it to crash. So we're still gonna use the 8080 port. I'm gonna save it, and now we're gonna have the terminal control backtick. Okay, did it work? It did work. And we're gonna do bun upgrade. Let me see. I haven't. Oh yeah, latest version. Bun ws proxy.ts. Which, by the way, let me see. Yeah, it's actually working. Since it's not blocking, I should be able to do this. Console.log listening. Wait. Listening on port. No, listening on target. Target. You can close it. Try it again. Oh, no. Here's the thing. My bad. I'll put it here. Const port. Process.env port. Now we're gonna go to our F port 8282. Okay. And now we're gonna come here. 5 DTT D D D D D D D D D D D on port for target. This should actually work, and if it does, we're gonna help. Okay, bun with proxy. Okay, now if I come here, and guys, I'm sorry if I don't know if anybody. Okay, nobody has written. If I come here to my OBS, and now I specify 127.0.0.1, and if I specify A2A2, it should connect. Handshake timeout exceeded. So, let me see, localhost. First of all, I need to ping LSoft I8282. No such file or directory. Bond serve port. Now, guys, we're gonna continue this later because I have to go and I have to do things. But we're gonna be continuing soon. This is gonna be very interesting because I haven't done this in Bun in the past, and I want to know why the handshake timeout exceeded.